Hello students, today we will start with NCERT Chapter 2 Geography Inside Our Earth. I just want to ask you a simple question. Where do we live? Yes, you are right. We live on Earth. The Earth, our homeland, is a dynamic planet. It is constantly undergoing changes inside and outside. Have you ever wondered what lies in the interior of the Earth? What is the Earth made up of? First of all, we will discuss interior of the Earth. Just like an onion, the Earth is also made up of several concentric layers with one inside another. The uppermost layer of the Earth's surface is called the crust. It is the thinnest of all the layers. There are three layers of the Earth: crust, the outermost layer; mantle, the center layer or in-between layer; and core, the innermost layer. First of all, we will discuss about crust. It is the uppermost layer over the Earth's surface. It includes mountains, plateaus, and plains. It is the thinnest layer. It is just like cells one over the other. There are two types of crust: upper crust and lower crust. Upper crust. It is formed at continents. Its thickness is about 35 km on the continental masses. There, silica and aluminium are found. Now comes lower crust. It is formed at oceans. It is only 5 km on ocean floors. Here, silica and magnesium are found. Then comes mantle. It can be further subdivided into upper mantle and lower mantle. The basic characteristics of mantle are its depth extends up to 2,900 km below the crust. It is 85% by volume. It is 64% by masses. It is made up of iron and silicates. The main component is iron and then comes silicate. Mantle, upper mantle and lower mantle. Upper mantle. It is liquid in state. It is known as the main depository of magma. Lower mantle. It is solid in state. It is the main source of magma. Its main volume is of volcanic activity. Now comes core. It is liquid in nature. It is made up of iron and nickel. It is the innermost layer. Now it can be further subdivided into two parts: upper core and lower core. Upper core. It is liquid in nature. It is the cause of Earth's magnetism. It leads to Earth's magnetism. Lower core. It is extremely solid in nature. In it, pressure and density increases towards the center of the Earth. Now comes the rocks. Now let us move towards rocks. We will come to know how are they formed. Rocks are the presentation of Earth's crust. Rocks are the natural masses of matter that makes up the outer crust or upper crust of Earth. Rocks can be differentiated in three categories: size of the rock, color of the rock, and texture of the rock. On this basis, rocks can be further divided into three primary types of rocks. First is igneous rocks, then is sedimentary rocks, then is metamorphic rocks. First of all, we will discuss about igneous rocks. It is the rest of volcanic activity. Molten magma cools down and becomes solid. Primary types of rocks are found here. It can be further subdivided into intrusive rocks and extrusive rocks. Intrusive rocks. Sometimes molten magma cools down deep inside the Earth's crust. Solid rocks so formed are called intrusive rocks. Molten magma cools down slowly. They form large particle size. It is visible on Earth's crust. Granite is an example of such rocks. Now comes extrusive rocks. When molten magma comes on the Earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Such rocks are extrusive rocks. In it, fine granite rocks are formed. Basalt is an example of such type of rocks. Now we will discuss about sedimentary rocks. These rocks are broken into small fragments. These sediments are deposited and transported by wind, water, etc. For example, sandstone. It also includes fossils here. Then comes metamorphic rocks. Both igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks, when laid under high heat and temperature, are compressed for longer duration. It results in the formation of metamorphic rocks. Clay being converted into slate is an example, and limestone getting converted into marble is an example of metamorphic rocks. Then comes minerals. Rocks are made up of minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. Minerals are very important to humankind. Some minerals are used as fuel, for example, coal, natural gas, and petroleum. Some minerals are also used in industries, iron, aluminium, gold, uranium, etc. This was all about this chapter. Thank you everyone for watching my video. This was all about this chapter. If you liked my video, click on the like button and subscribe my channel for upcoming videos, and also press the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Have a good day ahead.